Today we're back inside of Diablo Immortal with the tier list, breaking down all of the available classes right now in the closed alpha, and even taking a peek at that Necromancer. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and today we're back in Diablo Immortal, and I'm excited because we have played extensive amounts of all of the classes, and in this build we've been playing a lot of the Crusader, but of course we got a whole bunch of that Barbarian in as well. We got some Demon Hunter in, we got some Monk gameplay, and of course the Wizard as well. Today I'm going to be breaking down all of these classes plus my anticipatory judgment of the Necromancer as well, putting them all in a little ranking list, aka a tier list for you guys. So let's start things out right now. So let's start out today with the Crusader, which is the class that I'm currently playing a lot of. This class is an area of effect damage monster, utilizing the skills available, and there are a lot of different variations of skills that you can use. You can really do massive amounts of damage, aka splash damage or area of effect damage, to one select spot on the battlefield. You're noticing me do that through the gameplay right here, which is all pre-recorded so I could focus on the discussion right here. But notice right here, we're utilizing multiple skills all in that one area while attacking at one time. Then we could throw in some ranged attack as well as far as skills go. As you can see right here, the Holy Banner with the modification that I'm using has a shot with some range. So we could go ahead and get a ton of damage and area of effect with a ranged pedestal as well and just do a lot of work. With that being said, it's not only about the area of effect damage, which I believe the Crusader does best of all classes inside of Diablo Immortal. It's also about the speed. The Crusader just moves faster. When on horseback, you can get somewhere extremely quickly and get things done faster. Utilize the skill, hop on the horse, and get moving really quickly. Works out really nicely. Not to mention, this is an amazing looking class. Is it overpowered right now, people are saying? Well, at the point of making this video right now, we are in the closed alpha. The game at this point in time has not yet been released. You may be watching this a few months down the line and the game may be out. Balance changes can happen, but what the word is on the street right now as far as PvP goes inside of the game, the Crusader is the best and probably the strongest in the game. Mind you, at any point in time, balance changes can happen. The Crusader is my favorite class inside of Diablo Immortal. Remember, prior to playing the Crusader, it was that Barbarian. They're very similar, but they also have many differences as well. So with that being said, we have a purple boss. You have to watch the purple boss go down. Plus we have that experience bonus as well. Grab that experience when you can, because you always want to be ranking up your heroes. But this is going to go down fairly quickly. You're going to get a good indication of what all of these area effect damage skills are and how they work. We're going to grab those experience globes as we go, although this Yeti is pushing me back. In a nutshell, guys, I think the Crusader is the best class if you're looking for that just damage dealer, area of effect damage, where you can just get right in front of your opponent and slam them with your skills, slam them with your attack, and absorb a lot of the damage. My favorite is the Crusader, and because of that, remember the tiers go from S, A, B, C, D, and F. We're gonna have to go and give the Crusader an S tier. Next up on today's list is the Barbarian. And let me tell you guys, ahead of time, you need to know that there are going to be a lot of classes that are ranked very highly on today's list because all of the classes are pretty darn incredible. So keep that in mind, but I'm going to be trying to break down what's good about them, what's bad about them along the way. But remember, I just said that the Barbarian was my favorite class prior to playing the Crusader. Well, that tells you something about this Barbarian class. The class is very strong. Probably the tankiest of all classes inside of the game, with some amazing skills as well. Very different from the Crusader, also offering the area of effect damage, but also being able to bring in your little buddy that's going to drop in. You'll probably see that happen in some gameplay soon as well. That'll come and fight along with you. We can call that your Guardian. Notice the Guardian just dropped in right there. Check out the area of effect damage. I'm telling you, watching this makes me miss playing my Barbarian class because it always was a ton of fun. The Barbarian seems to move a little bit slower than the Crusader, and it's just more of a it's one that we're more used to, right? The Barbarian is one that is just very well known inside of Diablo, Diablo 3, Diablo Immortal. So it's one that just feels a little less special, while the Crusader is the newest one, is the strongest one. It has a little bit of that I'm more special feel to it. Does that mean that the Crusader is a better class to pick than the Barbarian? Well, if you want to play a tanking class, that's the choice that you need to make. The Barbarian is probably the better tank, but the Crusader is going to offer you more area of effect damage and still be an amazing tank at that. With all of this being said, I'm still a fan of the Barbarian. I still love the Barbarian, and it would still be a difficult choice between the Barb and the Crusader, and some other funny things that I'm about to talk to you guys about in a little bit. So if I were to go and give this Barbarian a rank, I would have to go and also give the Barbarian an S tier ranking. Now, do you guys recall the days when the Monk was my favorite class in Diablo Immortal? That was the case prior to playing the Barbarian class. Why was the Monk my favorite? Because he is awesome. Jumping around across the map, melee attack damage with some ranged effects as well, and also a tankable class. Is the Monk as tanky, able to take as much damage as the Barbarian or the Crusader? The answer is no, or not even close actually. But the speed of this Monk, the effects and the damages and the skills that it can do are pretty darn incredible. Look at that 7-sided strike. All of these area effect damages here as well. Plus, you can use some skills that will literally teleport you from here to there with very fast movement. You're seeing some of this stuff happen right here. Now, not as strong as the Crusader or the Barbarian, but some really, really unique attacks. And also you can spawn yourself 2 different buddies to join along with you, or 2 different guardians that can help with the fighting, just like that Barbarian did. Obviously, the skill has its own different flair to it, but it is an amazing skill at that. I'm actually sitting back, and I know that I prefer playing melee attack heroes. I just prefer that kind of gameplay. Up in your face, punch, jump out of there, that kind of stuff. Not take too much damage because you're tanky enough. And I do love the Crusader and the Barbarian, but part of me wants to just go ahead, and I know it's, you're like, Echo, you say you want to play every class, man. And that's true, I kind of do want to play every class. Let me be honest. I want to play all the classes. But thinking back to the Monk gameplay and how fun it was, remember, I just got the Monk to max level 45 in the technical alpha. I didn't get it to level 55, and I didn't really paragon him very much either. So I'm wondering, and I'm thinking maybe he got, definitely he got even better once hitting that paragon. I'm gonna have to test him out again. I may even do it right now in the closed alpha while it's still around. But the Monk, another great class. Is it deserving though of S tier, meaning almost perfection, almost perfect? And I love it, but I have to say it's not perfect. Yeah, I can't put my finger on what keeps it from that perfection, but I can say that this class, for me, has earned itself an A. La 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 la. Ya da 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 da. It's about time we talk about that Demon Hunter, which was the first ever class I played inside of Diablo Immortal, maxing out my Demon Hunter before moving on to any other classes in Diablo Immortal. I did this in the technical alpha. This was my most anticipated, the one that I thought I was going to love the most. Yet, I realize I don't love ranged classes as much as I love those melee classes. So for me, the Barbarian, Crusader, and the Monk are going to be preferred for me over the Demon Hunter class, and to be honest, little heads up here, over the Wizard class as well. But at the same time, this is a really, really great ranged class if you enjoy playing ranged classes. And again, this is all subject to the type of gameplay that you enjoy. If you enjoy range and strafing behind your tanks, then the Demon Hunter is an amazing choice for you. Great skills as well as mobility. That's what I think the Demon Hunter does better than the Wizard. You have ways of evading enemies with mobility skills where you can attack while getting out of the way. It works incredibly well, and the Demon Hunter is kind of BA. Do you know what BA stands for? It stands for bad butt, in other terms. It's a pretty great tear it apart class. The Demon Hunter is fun, it's dark, and it looks great once you start leveling him or her up. And it's a class that you can't go wrong with. I mean, look at these, look at the damage being done, raining down from above. A lot of area effect damage overall inside of Diablo Immortal. As I watch this myself, I'm reminding myself, yo, Echo, it's a lot of good area of effect damage everywhere, no matter what the class. Can't go wrong with a Demon Hunter, especially if you're into range. We got to go ahead and give the Demon Hunter an A. And we have saved the best for last. Or have we? The Wizard. If you head on over to the Scrappy Academy YouTube channel, you will see my friend Nemo. And he will tell you that the Wizard is his favorite class inside of the game. But if you go there and ask Nemo if the Wizard is the best class in the game, my guess would be that he would say, no, it's not. And actually, I believe he would also say that it's probably the weakest class inside of Diablo Immortal, the one with the most disadvantages. I would have to agree. Comparing to the other ranged class available inside of the game being the Demon Hunter, I do feel that the Wizard lacks a little bit in the strength area. The Wizard is squishy, which means she is able to deal a lot of damage, or a better term, maybe a glass cannon. She could deal, or he can deal a lot of damage, but if he gets hit, he's in trouble, and he's gonna get a lot of damage done to him. So you need to try to stay out of harm's way. So you need to play with someone that's a tank, one of those Barbarians or Crusaders, to kind of protect yourself. You really want to run away from people rather than towards them when playing the Wizard. But this is typical with a mage style class inside of Diablo Immortal and other action RPG games. Notice how we're trying to line the enemies up right here, but still not a ton of damage. I would like to see a Crusader smashing their heads in rather than me twinkling out my little laser beam through a diamond. That's just me. Nemo, he likes to twinkle toe his way around and shoot people from afar. Everyone has their own play style. Not only am I going to be grading this on my thoughts from playing the Wizard myself, mind you, my son right now in the closed alpha, Carter, for those of you that remember him, he loves the Wizard. It's his favorite class, and he's playing a Wizard class. So I jump in on his account sometimes and play it. He has his Wizard pretty well leveled, and I have to tell you, I still prefer playing the melee damage heroes. It's just my personal play style. My personal opinion aside, although some of it's obviously going to be in here, I do believe that the Wizard only has earned the ranking of a B because I don't think it really stands a chance in PvP versus some of these other classes that are just much stronger. So there it is. The Wizard has to sit at a B, but the Necromancer, what's that going to be? And we're moving on to the Necromancer. Yes, you may realize right now that this is not footage from Diablo Immortal because there is no footage yet from Diablo Immortal on the Necromancer. But this is the class going to be categorized as another ranged class that allows you to summon the dead and have them fight for you. Consider it a ranged class, but very different from the Demon Hunter and very different from the Demon Hunter and the Wizard. I anticipate this being pretty darn incredible, and when the next version of Alpha or Beta comes through, this will be the class that I main, even though I am in love with the Crusader, the Barbarian, and the Monk. But I have to put some serious time in the Necromancer to see if it can take that position. Now, I know it's hard to give a rank, or nearly impossible to give a rank, on a class that we have yet to play on the platform. Yet, I have played the Necromancer class in Diablo 3, so I have a good idea of how it's going to feel. I'm going to grade this one based on how I think it would match up against a Crusader or a Barbarian in PvP gameplay that is part of Diablo Immortal, and I do think that the Necro is going to struggle like the Demon Hunter and the Wizard will in those matches, in those matchups. So based on that alone, because I have nothing else to judge it on, I'm going to go ahead and give the Necromancer right in between an A and a B. And yeah, that's completely critical. You could completely disagree because there's really not much to judge it on. So it's a superficial number. More likely, I should say, I'm excited to play it and try it out and to give you another tier list with all 6 classes, and that'll be coming one day. And again, it's your turn to let me know with your thoughts if you agree or disagree with my rankings. Remember, guys, this is an opinion. Someone could have very different opinions from me, but I try to take other people's opinions and thoughts that I know of and mix them with mine to get these rankings, obviously, aside from the Necromancer, because that's all just, you know, made up type stuff. I think the list is on point, but you guys can let me know what you think down below in the comment section, or you can come through my Discord server where we talk about Diablo Immortal regularly. Come on through. My Discord server is linked in the description of the video as well as the pinned comment. So come on through. And if you love Diablo Immortal and you want to know about more, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell for daily Diablo Immortal videos and the podcast every Sunday. Have a great day, guys, and be good.